I am a classroom teacher. It's the only thing I've ever done, the only thing I've ever been. I have never been an administrator or a big wheel or a supervisor or a professor or anything that some people think is important. For instance, I don't have a master's degree and don't intend to get one because I see it as a waste of time. I didn't learn anything my first 4 years, so I never could see going back and not learn anything for a couple more. Now, I say that not because it might have been of value to you. I hope it is. I hope you learned a lot. But I say it because I want to assure you that I have absolutely nothing to say to you in this program that is in any way based upon anything I have ever studied, any book I've ever read, or any course I've ever taken. The only thing I have to offer is what I personally have done in my classrooms. But the idea is, out of all of those experiences, there's some things that I have learned. And the only thing that I'm going to be doing with you is sharing with you some things that I have learned. Because I have done some speaking, I have had occasion to take a look at my teaching career, and I have decided the 4 most important things that I ever learned in my life. Now, I don't know if you've had occasion to kind of look back and say, what's the most important lesson I ever learned? But there's no doubt in my mind that if I had to share with other teachers what has been important to me, the learning, the thing that I would most want to share with teachers or with other people as the 4 most important things I've ever learned in my life. Number 1, I learned that I make the decisions in my classroom. I make 100% of the decisions 100% of the time, and nobody has ever made one for me. Now, I make my decisions the way most people do, I suppose. I make them within a contractual relation and a professional obligation. I make my decisions within a concern for the teacher next door and the teacher next year. I make my decisions within a responsibility to these kids and an accountability to their parents. I even make my decisions within a commitment to the institution that hired me and to its mission. But they're still my decisions. The reason the chairs are aimed this way instead of that way is because I aimed them this way, or failed to aim them the other way. The reason we're talking about instead of writing about it instead of reading about it is because I wanted to. And the reason spelling counts is because I said so. And the reason you can't take the test is I don't give them again is because I don't give them again. I make the decisions in my classroom, and whether I let you sit there and squirm and get tired or whether I get you out of your seat, stomp it out, is because I make the decisions in my classroom. I decide whether to bore you out of your gourd or make it interesting. I decide whether to involve you or get you up front or make it into a play or make it interesting or put it on the board or give you a second chance. I make the decisions in my classroom. I have a choice tomorrow morning walking in with a smile or walking in with a scowl. I've got a choice of walking in and starting off with, oh, here we go again. Or I say, hey, I got some fat guy from Tennessee Clays. Let's try something. I make the decisions in my class. It seems to me there are people who think somebody else is deciding things for them. They keep thinking that it's somebody else's fault they're boring the kids. They keep waiting for somebody to come knocking on the door and say, hey, I got news for you. You don't have to bore them out of their gourds. Well, if it ever happens, they'll probably have something worse to replace it with. But you see, I make the decisions in my class. I'm the one who decides whether to make a federal case out of somebody talking back there or whether I make a little joke out of it. I'm the one who decides whether to kind of go easy and let's relax and enjoy, or whether, no, we don't have time, we've got to get going. I'm the one who decides whether you can take the test again or it didn't really count anyway, or I'll give you a bonus point. I make the decisions. Now, I don't know who it is that thinks somebody else is making them for them. They keep thinking somebody else is going to change it for them, and it'll never change unless each of us decides to change. You see, it's that old, I guess, locus of control concept. There are people who really believe that the reason they can't do a better job is because parents won't discipline their kids. Society's screwed up. You've got to watch television. There are too many stupid rules, and you don't have enough time. And as long as you believe that, then until the rules change, television change, parents change, you've kind of got an excuse to go around wringing your hands saying, can't do anything anymore, school's up. But see, there are those of us who really do believe that we have a choice. There are those of us who believe we can make today's class interesting. We can get them involved. We can use a multimodality approach. We can use an interchange. I make the decisions in my classroom. Boy, when I learned that, did I make some decisions.